delegates from hundreds of star systems came to watch a momentous event in the Galactic Council's Great Hall, which was a dazzling display of light and music. The hall's architecture, which had floating displays showing several languages and a center dais that shimmered with holographic projections among the dignitaries, was a symphony of interplanetary design that symbolized the entry of mankind into the council. A young human diplomat named Alex was astounded by the variety all around him. His gaze flitted from one exotic delegate to another, each of whom stood for the pinnacle of development on their separate worlds. The ceremony's highlights included a parade of creatures from throughout the galaxy, showcasing the biological wonders and terrors that existed beyond Earth. Among them was the Zealer Beast, a legendary creature known for its deadly prowess and declared an apex predator from the harsh jungles of Zenari Prime, who entered a stasis field for protection. The air was buzzing with translations from the universal translators embedded in each seat. The Zealer Beast was a massive four-legged creature with scales that could deflect energy beams and eyes that glowed with a deep, menacing red. Its presence was a grim reminder of the untamed wildness that still existed in the cosmos as the beast was presented. Its handler, a seasoned Anoran Beastmaster, explained through the translator about its lethal capabilities and the countless lives it had claimed. The delegates watched in respectful silence, a mixture of fear and fascination in their eyes. However, in a moment of unforeseen curiosity and boldness, Alex stepped closer to the containment field. Ignoring the murmurs of his colleagues and the stern warnings from security personnel, he reached out his hand, pressing it against the field. The field's intensity fluctuated under his touch, a malfunction perhaps, or fate intervening, allowing his hand to briefly make contact with the creature's snout. The hall fell silent, expecting a violent reaction, but instead of the anticipated aggression, the Zealer Beast stilled its menacing eyes, softening as it gently nuzzled against Alex's hand. The room erupted into a mixture of gasps and murmur. The handler, stunned and confused, quickly restored the stasis field to full strength, but the deed had been done. Alex took a step back, his hand shaking not from fear but from the electric thrill of connection around him. The delegates began whispering passionately, their expressions a mixture of shock, awe, and in some cases outright fear. The leader of the Galactic Council, an ancient and wise being named Emissary, raised his hands for silence, but it seemed like he started saying that humanity brings more to our council than just new diplomacy. They bring a mystery that even the dreaded Zealer Beast respects. This marked the beginning of humanity's journey in the Galactic Council, marked by an event that would be discussed and examined for cycles to come. Alex was now known as the Beast. The incident in the Grand Hall swiftly became the focus of intense discussion throughout the Galactic Council. News feeds across numerous star systems broadcast the moment when Alex, the young human diplomat, made peaceful contact with the notorious Zealer Beast scholars. In the days following the ceremony, diplomats and citizens alike discussed what this could mean for the future of interstellar relations. Whisper was thrust into a spotlight that would shine across galaxies, heralding a new chapter for human and alien relations. Despite his sudden fame, Alex was still confused by his own actions and the gentle response from such a feared creature. The council, seeing both an opportunity and a necessity, decided to look into the matter further and formed a special committee to study the interaction. The committee's task was to determine whether the bond formed between Alex and the Zealer Beast was a fluke or if humans possessed a unique trait that could facilitate peaceful interactions with other dangerous species. Alex found himself at the center of a galactic media storm, with invitations for interviews and talks pouring in from all over the galaxy, seeking insights into his daring encounter with the Beast. In a secure facility intended to study the behaviors of potentially dangerous galactic fauna, Alex was invited to participate in controlled interactions with the Beast under the committee's supervision. To everyone's surprise, the Zealer Beast, which had been temporarily removed from its containment on Zentar Prime, was constantly watched for signs of aggression. More of the same surprise compassion that was shown at their initial meeting was shown in each session. During these sessions, Alex greeted each encounter with a mixture of trepidation and respect, gradually gaining confidence as the Beast regularly answered with cool inquiry rather than animosity. leading xenobiologist Dr. Salon of the aquatic planet Hydros made a groundbreaking discovery when she noticed that Alex's pheromones remarkably resembled those of an extinct animal. Dr. Salon told the committee that these pheromones may be causing a deeply rooted reaction in the beast, possibly one of kinship or protection rooted in its evolutionary memory, from Xenoi prime, which historical records note as a companion species to the Zealer beasts. It appears that humans share a biochemical signature similar to the ancient Zealer beast companions. This discovery generated fresh curiosity about human biology and their possible function in the Galactic Council. If humans could form bonds with untamed species, there would be a plethora of opportunities to use these special skills for peacekeeping and conflict resolution. The committee's conclusions were submitted to the Council in an official report that suggested more research and the possibility of Alex helping with diplomatic missions involving other hazardous animals. The report's conclusion recommended the creation of an interspecies communication research program in which humans would play a key role. As word of these findings spread, the Galactic Council's perception of humanity changed from that of new, relatively unknown members to one of potential the answer to greater knowledge and peace lies in the bridges that connect the known and the unknown. As the effects of Alex's unusual encounter with the Zealer beast spread throughout the galaxy, the Galactic Council commissioned a cutting-edge facility on Neutron, a neutral planet renowned for its scientific breakthroughs and dedication to galactic peace. Among the stars, Alex was once just an inquisitive diplomat who found himself at the forefront of a new era of galactic diplomacy, hailed as the pioneer of a promising new field. The facility was named the Interspecies Communication Research ICRCC was created to provide greater understanding and ease the study of interspecies connections. As the primary human representation at the ICRC, Alex, now popularly known as the Beast Whisperer, was joined by a broad group of specialists from other disciplines and species, including Dr. Salon, the xenobiologist who had first seen the strange response of the Zealer beast to human pheromones together. They conducted a number of experiments and studies to uncover the mysteries of Alex's remarkable ability to connect with what was once thought to be the most dangerous creature in the galaxy. The facility was furnished with advanced observation decks, containment units, and interactive environments that could replicate the natural habitats of various species. This environment allowed for controlled but natural interactions, yielding valuable data on biochemical exchanges and behavioral patterns. During one of the first sessions at the ICRC, Alex was introduced to a variety of other powerful creatures from the Council's member planets. Each session was painstakingly recorded using biosensor arrays and multispectral imaging, capturing every detail to the team's amazement. Despite their reputation for being aggressive and solid AR, several of the animals showed observable composure and even interest while Alex was around. As research progressed, the team used advanced neural imaging techniques to study the brain activity of both Alex and the creatures during their interactions. Remarkably, the results suggested a mutual engagement of neural pathways associated with calmness and trust, a phenomenon never before documented in cross-species interactions. Dr. Salon and her team also conducted detailed analyses of the biochemical markers present during these interactions and found that Alex's pheromones did play a critical role, but so did his demeanor and body language that seemed instinctively attuned to the needs and comfort of the creatures he encountered. The results of these experiments were revolutionary, questioning long-held notions about the nature of intellect and consciousness in the many life forms of the galaxy while also offering a greater knowledge of interspecies communication. News of these occurrences got out. Stories about the ongoing research at the ICRC made Alex and his team media staples and well-known figures in cultural discourse throughout the galaxy, sparking debates and discussions outside of academic and scientific circles on dozens of world's news channels and educational programs. Meanwhile, at the ICRC, the implications of their findings started to take on a more practical shape. The Galactic Council proposed creating a new section inside the Council devoted to using interspecies communication for conflict resolution after considering using this newly acquired expertise in diplomatic missions and peacekeeping missions. there seemed to be hope for a time of more peace and understanding across the galaxy. As the research progressed, the entire galaxy watched, curious to see how far this new frontier of communication could go. Within Reach was inspired by the simple act of a human reaching out in friendship to a creature from a distant world. The findings from the Interspecies Communication Research Center, ICRC, continued to be revealed. Not all members of the Galactic Council enthusiastically embraced the disclosures. The different member species were both excited and alarmed by Alex's special talent. Some viewed it as a huge opportunity for harmony and peace, while others saw it as a possible threat. Humans might play new roles. As delegates grappled with the dual possibilities of opportunity and risk, the Council called a series of meetings to discuss the wider implications of interspecies communication. One faction, led by the Bolar Union, argued that humans, being new to the Council, might use their unique abilities to gain undue influence or disrupt existing power structures, while others, led by the emissaries from Hydros and Zentar, advocated for expanding human roles in galactic affairs. As the debates went on, Alex and his team at the ICRC were asked to present their research findings to the Council in a high-profile session. Prime highlighted the potential for humans to act as mediators in long-standing disputes and proposed the creation of a Harmony Corps, a specialized unit within the Council that would use human diplomats like Alex to intervene in conflict zones, leveraging their ability to connect with various species to de-escalate tensions. Under the Council's careful supervision, Alex engaged with a formerly hostile monster known as a Gorgon snake, a species infamous for its psychological aggression. Unquestionably, Alex had a soothing effect on the snake, reducing its violent tendencies without resorting to force or confinement. This presentation caused some of the doubtful delegates to change their minds, but it also brought up ethical concerns over the use of human-induced impacts on other animals that are pheromonal or psychological in order to debate the morality of interspecies relationships, the rights of sentient beings, and the Council's duties in regulating such interactions. Ethicists and philosophers were invited into the conversation. During these discussions, an unexpected incident on the mining colony of Torin Thur brought the theoretical debates into sharp focus. The scientific community also voiced its opinions, with some researchers warning about the over-reliance on a single species for diplomatic missions and suggesting a more comprehensive approach that would involve training diverse species in the techniques and understandings developed through Alex's interactions, democratizing the abilities rather than centralizing them within humanity. Violence broke out between a group of mining firms and a native species, which both Council members were involved in. The Council encountered a problem in real time that put their newly acquired expertise to the test. Seeing a challenge in an opportunity, Emissary Phalos came up with a bold plan. He proposed sending Alex and a group of human diplomats to Torin 3 as mediators, using their special talents to try to settle the dispute amicably. This mission would serve as a proof ground for the Harmony Corps concept and an opportunity to validate the ICRCC's research in a real-world setting. The Council grudgingly consented, signaling the start of a crucial mission that would either highlight or open the door to a new era in galactic diplomacy. The dangers of overestimating human potential. As Alex got ready for the expedition, the galaxy anxiously awaited its conclusion, knowing that it would have a significant impact on future interspecies interactions. The mission to Torin III was Alex's most daunting challenge, yet the planet rich in valuable minerals had become a hotbed of conflict between the native Trinians, a hardy insectoid species known for their complex hive mind social structure, and various mining corporations backed by Council members. The dispute had escalated due to misunderstandings and aggressive expansion into Trinian sacred territories as Alex and his team departed for Torin 3 aboard the diplomatic vessel Harmony 1. The tension was palpable. The team comprised specialists in xenopsychology and conflict resolution, including Dr. Salon and 2 other diplomats from the Galactic Council who had shown support for the Harmony Corps initiative. Upon arrival, the situation was tense. The mining facilities were fortified, and the Trinians had mobilized their warriors, preparing for what seemed an inevitable confrontation. The Council's intervention was their last hope for a peaceful resolution, and Alex's role was Pivotal Alex's presence seemed to calm the heightened emotions, as it had with other species. His quiet, respectful demeanor gradually earned him an audience with the Trinian Queen, the central consciousness guiding the collective minds of her species, in a groundbreaking session held in the hives. During the initial meetings, STR trained the Trinians to communicate through a complex series of clicks and pheromonal signals that the human team found difficult to interpret despite their advanced translation devices. To everyone's surprise, Alex used the communication skills he had developed through his interactions with the Zealer Beast and others in the central chamber to introduce ideas of mutual respect and shared benefits. He emphasized the sacredness of the Trinian land and the possibility of co-prosperity through respectfully regulated mining practices. In response, the Queen made her own suggestions, recommending areas where mining could be done without upsetting sacred sites in exchange for technology transfers that would aid the Trinians in improving their infrastructure and agriculture. Under the direction of Alex and his team, officials from the mining companies monitoring the development were invited into the delicate talks, which included each party making compromises and gradually establishing trust. A contract detailing the rights and obligations of both parties was drafted. It had provisions for profit sharing for environmental protection as well as the creation of an arbitration board that would be supervised by the Council. The signing event was praised as a turning point in interspecies relations and was televised across the galaxy. A violent confrontation had been avoided because to Alex's cool-headed leadership and his team's polite demeanor, demonstrating the Harmony Corp's potential and offering a model for settling similar conflicts in other places. The mission's accomplishments strengthened the standing of humanity in the Galactic Council and established the Harmony Corp as an essential peacekeeping force. As word of the peaceful resolution spread, more species started to push for human involvement in interstellar conflicts, and the Galactic Council contemplated transforming the Harmony Corps into a full-fledged peacekeeping force. Alex returned to the ICRC as a hero, praised not only for his exceptional skills but also for his empathy and understanding that united worlds and hearts. Following the successful conclusion of the conflict on Tauran 3, the Galactic Council called a special session to assess the wider ramifications of the Harmony Corps' success. The test on Tauran 3 had demonstrated not only Alex's abilities but also the value of patience, understanding, and respect when interacting with alien cultures. Representatives from all member species attended the meeting, which was held on the neutral and culturally diverse planet of Celestis. There was a noticeable feeling of hope and opportunity. Alex, who is now acknowledged as a pivotal player in interplanetary diplomacy, was asked to share his insights and experiences from the Tauran 3 expedition. Standing in front of the group, he shared not just the specifics of the talks but also his increased understanding of the value of listening and empathy in diplomacy. His speech was thoughtful and sincere. Received a lot of praise, enhancing the perception of people as peacemakers. The success on Tauran 3 is evidence of what we can accomplish when we combine our strengths and respect our differences. Emissary thus took the floor to propose the official establishment of the Harmony Corps as a permanent branch of the Galactic Council. He outlined a vision in which teams of trained diplomats and mediators like Alex would intervene in conflicts throughout the galaxy with the skills and technologies to understand and communicate with a multitude of species. Delos said, "Let the Harmony Corps be our commitment to a future where peace is our shared language and dialogue triumphs over discord." Following the proposal's overwhelmingly positive reception, discussions centered on how to best incorporate diverse cultural perspectives and technologies into the Harmony Corps training program. Ideas ranged from exchange programs that allowed delegates to gain first-hand knowledge of other cultures to virtual reality. Simulations of diplomatic situations. As news of the Celestis Accord spread, celebrations broke out on worlds throughout the galaxy, and the Harmony Corps was hailed as a beacon of hope. The session ended with the signing of the Celestis Accords, a set of principles and guidelines for the Harmony Corporation. The Accords emphasized transparency, respect for sovereignty, and the non-use of force in conflict resolution. They also established a fund to support the Corps' operations, financed by voluntary contributions from member planets. A testament to the Council's dedication to promoting harmony and understanding among various species. Under the direction of Alex and a cadre of seasoned diplomats, the Harmony Corps rapidly expanded in size and reach. Its members received training in the arts of diplomacy, conflict resolution, and cultural sensitivity, and they became skilled mediators renowned for their ability to settle conflicts before they turned violent. The Corps' success stories ranged from resolving trade disputes in the Orion Cluster to mediating territorial claims in the Outer Rim. With each mission, the Harmony Corps' reputation grew, and the Galactic Council's vision of a united peaceful galaxy got closer to reality. Years later, Alex reflected on his journey from a young diplomat to a leader in galactic peacekeeping. He saw that the fundamental purpose of humanity in the universe was to build bridges between stars, not only to settle disagreements or mediate conflicts. The Galactic Council, which was initially shocked by a human's brave act, now views humanity as crucial architects of interstellar peace. One act of understanding at a time, the Harmony Corps that was created from an unexpected act of kindness between a human and a terrifying beast stood as a testament to the potential for unity and diversity in a galaxy once marked by divisions and strife.